Hello, welcome back. So in my previous video, someone asked me that if you can create a video on the VPS, how we can store, a run Python script in a VPS using cron jobs and all those things. In my previous video, I was talking about Twitter bot, AI-powered Twitter bot. So if you are interested in that, please check that out. So I'm just going to use that script which I created in my previous video, and I'm going to run it on a VPS. Ubuntu VPS to be specific. So without wasting any of your time, let's jump into my computer and just see how you can do that. Okay, so for this video, I'm going to use DigitalOcean as the hosting provider. So I have already created an account. You can create an account as well. But if you use the link in the description, then you will get $100 for free to be used in 2 months. So your first 2 months will be free. So yeah, I think it's a big deal. So just check out the link in the description. So right now I have a project. By default it creates a project for you. So the next thing that you will see is that you have to create a droplet. So right now I already have a droplet here in the project, but for you have to click on the create button and click on the droplets. A droplet is like VPS in reality. Actually is yes, you can say that. So I'm going with the most basic plan right now to showcase you, but of course if you have a little bit large script, then make sure you go with a bigger one. Okay, so I'm going to use this one, the basic one, and make sure that you have the Ubuntu as the operating system. Right now I'm choosing Ubuntu and version 20, and I'm going with the basic plan and the $5, and the data center as Amsterdam. And then it's asking for me that if I want to use SSH keys or password. I'm going with password because I want to make this video as basic as I can. So yes, you have to type the password. I'm just going to type it here. So yep, there we go. It should mark all the 4 of them. Then you have to just scroll down and click on the create droplet, and it will create the droplet for you. Just wait a few seconds and it will create it. But I already have it, so I'm not going to do that. So as soon as you click on the create droplet, you will see a screen like this. So yep, so now click on the droplet and you will see something like this. So now if you are not using DigitalOcean, now you can connect to this using SSH client. Right now I'm using DigitalOcean, so I can just click on this console and I will get the console. But for you guys who are not using DigitalOcean, I want to show you. So just download Bitwise. It's an SSH client. You can use another, and there's a lot of SSH clients. One is Putty, I think it's called Putty, whatever. Yep, there we go. That's what it's called. But I use usually Bitwise. So right now all we need to do is just copy this the IP address, and just go here in your Bitwise and paste this in the host, and the username is root and the port to be 2020, and click on login, and it will ask you for the password. The password should be the same that you entered when you are creating the droplet. So I'm just going to type that. Okay, it is not going through somehow. Okay, there we go. So when you see this new terminal console, it means that you are logged in. So you can click on this and you will get this terminal. But for us who are using DigitalOcean, you can just click on this console button and you will get a console already. So you don't need to do all the SSH client things. It's much easier. That's why I suggest you guys the DigitalOcean. So yep, there we go. So we have the console ready. So now we need to move our the script that we are going to use. The script that we are going to use is actually in my GitHub. Let me just go show that to you. So yep, it was about my previous video. I created this Twitter bot, so I'm going to use this. I already have this in my local host that I have changed my API keys and all the things. It's already set up and it's running. So I'm just going to transfer this from my local computer to my VPS. So now I can use a command line, which is I forgot that, but yeah, you can use the command line. But to make this video simple, I'm just going with the FileZilla. I'm just going to use FileZilla. So you have to copy the name of the host name of the your VPS, which is this, the IP address, and go to FileZilla and paste it on the host. And for username, it should be root, and for password, you can give the password that you give when you are creating the droplet, and the port should be 22. Make sure that's 22, not 21, because it's a VPS. So I'm just going to quick connect, and I'm saying okay, go with it. And yep, there we go, we are connected. So I think everything is going so fast. You just need to connect your FTP, whichever you are using. I'm using FileZilla, and I think most of you guys will be using FileZilla. So you have to just paste the host name, which is the IP address of your host of your VPS, and then the username, and then the password that you used when you're creating your droplet or VPS. When you're on this page, on this little page, you choose in password, right? Okay, yep, here you choose in password. That's what you need to choose in your FileZilla and anywhere that in the future. So you have to save that password in a safe place. It's very important. And then we just add the port to 22, and then we connect it to this, and there we go, we are connected to our local host, to our VPS, sorry. So now I need to go to the root folder of it, and if I go to the home, and I will see my folder. I'm just going to delete this because I already have tried this to make this video. I'm just going to delete that. Okay, so now it's ready. So now I have to create a folder here. So I'm just going to right click and say create folder, and I'm going to say Twitter. Just double click on this. Just make sure on where your path is. The paths are really important in the in VPS. Like right now, like I'm in /home/Twitter. So if I want to see this folder, I'm just going to go back to my console here. I'm just going to say cd. If you don't know about anything about Linux or anything like that, I'm just going to give you a little short video, just a few seconds. So I'm just going to say cd, which means change directory in Linux. So you have to use command lines to work with the VPS. VPS does not have any graphical interface. It's just a virtual environment. It's just a virtual computer, a virtual server. So you have to use command line to access to that and do all the stuff. So SD means change directory. Directory means folder if you don't know. And mkdir, which means make directory. And rm mean remove directory. And another thing is ls mean list all the directories and files in the current directory. And let's say another thing is clear. Just clear the path, just clear all the things that we have on the screen. And another thing is pwd, which show the path of where you are right now. So if I want to go to, let's say, home/Twitter, here we go. So I'm just going to use cd. I'm going to say slash, it means go to the root folder of the system and go to the home, and there we go. If I do ls, it means list all the directories. It shows me Twitter because we just created in here. Here you see we created this. So now I can do cd Twitter, and if you press tab, then it will auto complete the whole paragraph. So if I type cd and twi and then click tab button, then it will just auto complete the whole sentence. Okay, so now what we need to do is just paste the script that we have. So I'm just going to find my script. I have it here. Let me just find that out. I hope I did not lost it. Okay, there we go. So yep, here I have the twitter.py. That's my the project that I have on GitHub. I have just changed my IP, the API keys and all these stuff. So I'm going to copy and paste this to my FileZilla. So one thing to make sure is that I'm using my script right now, but you could be using yours or any other folder, any other project. So make sure that you know the dependencies of that project. Right now, if I go to my repository and just go back. Okay, to go back to Twitter bot. Okay, now here you can see that we have the dependencies is TweePy and OpenAI. These are important. You have to know them. So if you're using someone else Python, package, I hope that you already know Python a little bit. That's why you are seeing this video. But I'm just want to make sure that you know the dependencies. Otherwise, you will get errors. So right now I'm using Twitter. So the Twitter, I'm just going to paste this little script, and here paste it here, and there we go. It's going to upload. So now we have this file under home/twitter/twitter.py. So if I go to my terminal and I say I'm already in home/twitter, here you can see that. There we go. So I can do just ls to list all the directories and files I have, and I will get the twitter.py. By default, DigitalOcean has the Python 3 installed in your VPS, but if you don't, you have to make sure that you download it, you install it actually. So how you are going to do that? You have to apt, just follow the commands, apt update. It will update the package manager of Ubuntu. It's just going to do that in a real quick. Okay, let's wait. There we go, it's updated. So now what we need to do is just download, or I can say install the Python 3. So how you can going to do that? You have to say apt install Python 3, and there we go. It says that I already have is already the newest version, so I already have Python 3, so it was not installed, but for you it should you should be able to install it. So then that's it. What we need Python, and we have it. So now I can run the script that I have. So to do that, first of all, I need to install the dependencies of my project, of my script. So I have TweePy and OpenAI. I have to install them. I'm just going to copy this, and I think I have already installed them, but just for the sake of this video, I'm just going to do it again. And I say pip install TweePy, and it says already satisfied. But for you guys, you should be able to, you should see something else asking that it's going to install it and something like that. So yeah, you are going to install. It's just a normal commands that we use in computers as well, in our normal computers. It's just pip install. OpenAI is just a Python command line. So yeah, we have it already. So now I can go to my Twitter, because this right now, this script generate a tweet. You can see Twitter bot which generate tweets by its own. So right now it is connected to my this account. So right now you can see my last tweet was 5 hours ago. So if I go to my terminal and if I run my Python project, I'm just going to say Python 3. Make sure that you type 3, and then you have to say Python 3, and we have to give the name of the file. And there we go, says generating a tweet, and there we go. So this is the tweet that was generated. By the way, if you are interested in the Twitter bot, please check out my previous video. It was there. So I'm going to refresh. I should see a new tweet here. Yep, there we go. 13 seconds ago. Dogecoin is one of the first cryptocurrencies, and it has a great community. Great. Okay, so we have it running. So now we have to make it that it runs every minute, every hour, however we want it. That we can achieve using cron jobs. And for cron job, Ubuntu has a tool called Crontab. So it's called Crontab. Alright, so that's what the tool that we are going to use for this video, for this tutorial. So for that, you just go into your terminal, and then you type Crontab, and make sure you put this E means edit. You want to edit the file Crontab. So just click enter, and you will see this little terminal. So now if you're running this for the first time, it will ask you which editor you want to use. Go with Nano, Vim, anyone you want. So it automatically suggests you that which one you want to go. It's just give you a list. Maybe if there are multiple text editor in your VPS, it's going to say that recommended is Nano, most probably. So you are going to say 1 and enter, and it will show up. It's not a big deal. So now we have to know how the cron jobs work. So for that, I'm going to use a website, crontab.guru. It's a big website to know about the cron jobs. So in reality, and when we are using cPanel, we have already a cron job, a graphical interface. But in a VPS, we don't have any graphical interface, so we have to deal with everything with the codes. So right now, if I want to add a cron job, then I have to type it by myself. So now here, let me just show you how it works. So the first thing that we need to do is I'm just going to do one thing. I'm just going to type this, copy this, and I'm just going to paste it here. Then I will explain what's going on. Okay, right here there are 5 stars. The first star mean minutes, the second one mean hour, the third one mean I think it should be day. Yep, there we go. And the fourth one is the month, and the last one is the day of the week, and the third one was day of the month. So yep, so that's what we need to know right now. And if I let's say that I want to run a code, a Python script every minute. So I'm just going to say it, if you just keep them every hour, then it is just going to show this at every minute run a script. I'm just going to show you how you can do that. Run the script. Just let me just do it so that it's very clear. So I'm just going to say Python 3 run this command and do home/twitter/twitter.py. I hope I'm making clear. So I'm just giving the path of my file where my twitter.py is. So right now if I go to my FileZilla, you can see that I have home/twitter and then I have the twitter.py. So that's how I'm just going to do that. So this thing, we are still not clear about this. So let's say suppose that I want to run a script every hour. So every 2 hours actually. So how I'm going to do that, I'm just going to say every 0:0/2 hours. So it's going to say it passed at minute 0 passed every second hour. So if after every 2 hours it's just going to run this script. But if I want to run it on every minute, so I'm just going to do like this. If I want to run it on every 5 minutes, I'm going to do like this. Sorry about the previous one, I have to do this too, not this like this, not like this. I have to use this. Yep, but you get the idea. So if I want to use it every 5 minutes, so I'm just going to say /5. If I want to use it run this script every 15 minutes, then I'm going to use this. And if I want to run it every 30 minutes, then I'm going to use this. It's very simple. You can use this calculator. It's just a great tool. Whoever designed it, it's just great. So now we know that how we can make the days and the things. Now we are ready to do this. So I'm just setting this to every minute of every hour of every day of the month. Just run this. So it's going to run this every single minute. So I'm just going to save this by clicking Ctrl+S, and you can see wrote 24 lines. I'm just going to exit using Ctrl+X, and now every minute I should see a tweet on my profile. Okay, let's wait. Another thing that I want to do before I do that, I'm just going to back to my cron job, and let's suppose that I get some errors in it, and most probably you will get, because it's your first time doing this. So if you want to know the errors that you are facing, all the things going on in the backend, so you can do you can create a log, and the cron job will store all this log of this script in that file. So how we can do that, we're just going to say this little signs, arrows, you can say, and I'm going to say, and you have to specify the file name where you want to store the logs file. So I'm going to say /home/twitter/twitter.log. So if there is no file with that name, it's just going to create that, does not matter. And after that we have to do this little syntax, and we're going to save it. Just type this same to same, and then we are going to exit, and let's try again if we get the cron job working. Yep, there we go. So it says that we had it 1 minute ago. So if I refresh again now, I should see the new one as well. Yep, there we go. It says now, so it's working perfectly. So yeah, that's how the cron jobs and VPS works. And if I want to see the logs of my the script that is running every hour, so just every minute, so I can do just say vim, or you can use nano. I'm just going with the nano, and vim and nano are just text editor in Ubuntu, so I'm just going with nano, and I'm going to say twitter.log, and there we go. It says generating a tweeted this thing, and just going to keep all the logs that the when you run a command, when you run a Python script, then whatever it shows is just going to save them in a log file. Okay, so I'm just going to stop that because I don't want that much tweets in my account, but you get the idea. So that's it, how you can do that. Please make sure like this video if you want to see more video of me like this. I will try my best to get this video, a lot of videos like this. Let me know if you need to know anything about Python. Just let me know. I'm just going to try my best to create that and solve that problem for you. Let me know. Hit the subscribe button if you love content from a web developer. Thank you. Thanks for watching.